The Altra Experience Flow 3 makes running feel simpler and more natural than ever. I absolutely love this one. I can't wait to tell you all about it. The Experience Flow 3 is one of those daily trainers that just makes running feel effortless. It's very lightweight for the category. It's nicely cushioned, not overly cushioned. It's really well balanced, sits in that middle range, making it a perfect daily trainer in my opinion. It's got a low drop, 4mm. So that's something with Altra that you'll come to learn is generally they tend to have either 0 drop or 4mm drops from heel to toe. This Experience range all have 4mm and they feel awesome. The Experience range is designed to help people get into running but not hit that 0 drop type running straight away. It kind of eases them into the lower drop ride experience. But this one also has that classic wide toe box that Altra is famous for as well. So if you need that space up front or you just like how it feels, like I do, because I love how natural it is. It allows my toes to splay. It's not wishy-washy inside, and my feet aren't moving around. It's locked in very well. You're gonna love how these feel. But before I go into all of that in my performance review, let's go over key specifications. First off, they cost $145. I'll let you know by the end of this review if I believe they're worth that price tag. They weigh 8.4 ounces or 238 grams. That's for a size US men's 9, my pair. If you're not sure how that compares to other daily trainers right now, well, that's very lightweight, especially for a protective shoe like this that has protection in the upper, but also softness underfoot. It's pretty lightweight. It feels it too. It has a drop of 4mm, that's 32mm under the heel, and 28mm under the toe. The upper is using an engineered mesh and it's got zoned breathability on there. The midsole is using Altra EGO P35 foam, and that is one of the stars of the show for me. I absolutely love this foam. The durability or longevity of the response in this foam is really good, so it lasts a long time. But I really like how it feels. It's soft, but it does bounce back really nicely, and it's lightweight as well, so it really is a winning foam from Altra. And the outsole is using a rubber compound in select areas. There is still some exposed foam, but because the rubber is extruded so far from it, you're not going to make contact with here really, and it's going to last a while. When it comes to sizing and fit, the Altra Experience Flow 3 fits very much true to size, and it has a medium width. If you're used to Altra running shoes, just go with your usual sizing. You're going to be really happy with that. I love the lockdown. You get a really good heel lockdown in these shoes, and it's got a little empty eyelet up here that you can use to get even better heel lockdown when using Racer's Loop heel lock method. If you're not sure what that is, follow that video there. That's my demonstration of how you can use it. It really feels like a glove, and I love all this space up front. So you probably know already, if you have wide feet at the front, you know, you need extra space in the toe box so that your shoes are comfortable. Well, Altra does this better than anyone. So if you do have bunions or you just know you need extra space, you're gonna love how these feel. But it's not wide all the way across the shoe. You've got a nice midfoot fit, and it just secures your foot within there really well. Your feet aren't moving around at the front of the shoe either. There's tons of padding in the collars and the heel counter, and also the tongue. Super padded, feels really comfortable. You don't get any lace bite or anything like that. This is one of the most comfortable daily trainers you can buy right now. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give the video a like and share it with a friend if you think they're going to enjoy it too. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know as soon as new videos drop. And if you're not familiar with my channel, I always keep things genuine, honest, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoes I'm currently reviewing are going to be best for you and your needs. But if at any point I've missed something or a question comes to head, just drop it in the comments down below. I reply to everyone and I'm pretty quick usually too. And finally, if you've had any experience running in the Experience Flow series, specifically version 3 if you can. Also, you can mention version 2 as well. I absolutely love that one. It performed incredibly well. This is very much a continuation of that shoe, by the way. Feels just as good, just slightly elevated. So it is better in my opinion, but the ride is very similar, and if you've been running in that one, you're gonna love this one too for sure. So please, if you've had experience in this shoe, drop it in the comments down below. It's really gonna help anyone who watches this video decide whether or not these shoes are gonna be best for them or not, based on all you guys' the community's experience of running in these shoes. So put as much as you can in the comments, it's really gonna help. Okay, I'm gonna kick off my performance review by talking about this EGO P35 midsole foam and the ride that you get because of it. First off, it is lively and lightweight. So you get a really good amount of cushioning or shock absorption when you land, but you get that response, the bounce back, the springiness from it. And that in turn helps with cadence, which is all really important if you are going to be logging many daily miles, or you want to pick up the pace and do some tempo runs. This isn't a tempo shoe, but it's got a really good pace range. So if you do feel like you want to pick up the pace, this is a shoe that allows you to do that pretty well. So the midsole has a lot to do with making this ride so damn good. It's also got a little bit of a rocker geometry there. You can kind of see this mild toe spring at the front, and there's a little bit of a rocker at the heel. All that does is smooth out your transition from heel or midfoot landing to toe takeoff. So if you imagine you land, this foam compresses, you hit the rocker a little bit, it smooths things out, and then you get the toe spring and the flex, and you get the forward propulsion and just a smooth transition. Smooth transitions are super important if you're going to be logging lots and lots of miles, because the more you can remove jolts from your stride, the more effortless and more efficient your running form is going to feel, and that's just going to allow you to keep going and get tired less quickly. It's really that simple. But this geometry and the foam pairs so well together, and the fact it does have a low 4mm drop just makes you want to land more towards your forefoot, which is where this performs best in my opinion. So midfoot, forefoot, it's really good, feels super natural, but also because it's got that low drop, it's not encouraging you to land at your heel, which is important if you do want to improve your form. It also feels very stable and predictable underfoot, which is another important thing for a daily trainer. You just want to know what you're getting as you're bagging nice easy mileage or long runs, recovery miles, all that kind of stuff, which is what a daily trainer is really designed to do best at an affordable price. That's what you want your shoe to be able to do, and it does it really well. It's got a wide base and the stack isn't too high, meaning you're closer to the ground, and the fact you've got that low drop, you've got a good amount of foam under the forefoot as well as at the heel, so it feels consistent all the way across the shoe. I think a lot of runners are going to love that, and you're going to get a very similar feel because of it. Heel strikers are generally going to experience higher drop shoes differently to someone who lands more towards their forefoot. So you eliminate that drop a little bit and you're going to get a shoe that's going to provide a similar experience for more types of runners, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. It does in my head anyway. When it comes to the breathability of the upper, it's not the best out there. So if you are going to be running in incredibly hot or humid conditions, it's not going to be the best if you're going to try and increase your intensity or do some fast running in these shoes, because your feet will probably warm up a little bit more than you'd like inside the shoe. But to be honest, for the mid-range pace daily training miles, it's absolutely fine. You get enough ventilation in the shoe to make it feel comfortable, and the fact there's enough space in the toe box just helps temperature regulation within the shoe that little bit better. So if you are in cooler conditions, running in shoulder seasons, all that kind of stuff, then these are going to feel really, really nice for most people. Going to feel very comfortable on the run. When it comes to traction, I've had no problem with these at all so far, and I've run in a wet in them as well. So most road surfaces have been absolutely fine. The durability of this rubber compound as well seems to be very, very good. Not seeing much wear so far at all, which is very unusual. So that's great to see. This outsole should last a long time. I've actually been using this as a walking shoe or lifestyle shoe as well. I like how it looks. I like the feel of that low drop and a nice cushioned, responsive midsole. So I've been wearing it on dog walks and just walking around town as well. And it's performed really, really well. I love how stable it feels. It's nice and flexible too, so I'm not overworking my feet. I'm not straining them whilst walking around all day, or that's the same effect on runs because it's flexible. You just really are having a nice, enjoyable run without having to force that midsole, which can put undue stress on your feet. That's why plates or carbon fiber plates are reserved for race day, really, because it is tougher to initiate that plate. Your feet are going to be working more, but because they store so much energy, you get a lot back as well. So that's a little bit of background on flexible versus stiff midsoles. If you've got a question on anything running related, by the way, just drop it in the comments down below. Happy to answer my community. Okay, it's time to cast my final verdict. Is the Altra Experience Flow 3 worth $145? Yes. Right now, this is my favorite daily trainer. It's incredible. You get so much for $145. But the most admirable thing that Altra has done with this is just how incredible it feels on the run. I'm not talking about just how comfortable it feels on my foot because of the shape of the upper, you know, that wide toe box, and a really nice supportive yet cushioned upper, and a good lacing system for that matter. It's not just that, it's the geometry and this foam on the midsole too. Paired with that low 4mm drop, you get a very, very natural ride. It's lightweight, you get the cushioning and shock absorption underfoot if you need it, and it's got so much flex and pop that it just helps with a nice high cadence. This is the most natural daily trainer I've run in, and I absolutely love it. I can't recommend it enough. If anyone out there asks me what daily trainer they should be getting right now, this is the one I'm going to be pointing them to. If you want to see what the flex and pop is like, I'm just going to flex it here. Like I said before, very easy to flex. And if I let go, there's a good amount of pop, not a huge amount, which I wouldn't expect because it's so easy to flex, so I'm not going to get much pop from that. But what happens with a shoe like that is your feet get to move more naturally. You're not fighting any stiffness. And at the end of a run, you're going to feel much better for it. You're going to feel like you haven't run as much. And that is what a daily trainer is for. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this one as much as I enjoy running in it. If you've got any questions at all, drop them in the comments. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next review. Thanks for watching. Peace.